Yeah, are they in the Mountain West?
They are. Cole Turner, 7 receptions, 63 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that 2 touchdowns is pretty big. This guy's got 8 touchdowns on the year, so look out for him. So, just rehearsing. All right, welcome back to Boxscore Boomers. You know what it is, a Rough Draft Research affiliate getting in on some college action. If you were with us last week, we did some youngsters, and it wasn't necessarily Power 5 week. And they must have heard us in the Power 5 because they come back strong. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the running backs, and it was a pretty baller week. It's kind of crazy when Breece Hall, Iowa State junior, 6'1", 220, has the lowest rush total for the Boomers, and that's 167 yards and a touchdown against West Virginia. I feel like we talked about Breece pretty heavily. That's kind of a household name when it comes to the big-time running backs, so we'll move straight into Kyren Williams, Notre Dame sophomore. He's a little small. He's 5'9", 199. And speaking of 199, he put up his weight in rushing yards against San Juan State and had a touchdown to go with that nearly 200-yard effort. So that's pretty strong. We'll keep an eye on him. But a repeat customer, we do have a young man, a freshman, and Sean Turner, Syracuse.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, so I talked a little bit about his size, and we'll get too into it.
I went down a rabbit hole, Syracuse, after last week.
Yeah, man, they must have a great O-line because they even got a quarterback putting up 100, 160-yard rush games. So, yeah. But yeah, he's pretty strong. I guess we're gonna talk about him anyway. So his size is 5'10", 210, 5'10", 210, and he crushed it in week 9. He had 207 yards and a touchdown against Boston College. So hats off to him. Kenneth Walker, yeah, we all know the name, man. Seriously,
dude,
5 touchdowns against Michigan, and like that Michigan State, Michigan, fucking hungry game, and he got 5 touchdowns and 197 yards. And he's also 5'10", 210. So what do you do? You got to do that. That's a good size, apparently. 5'10", 210. 5'10", 210.
What's the burst score, though?
You got to get in there. See how many bench presses he does. Yeah. So Keaontay Ingram is a USC senior. And you know how it is. We get a little leery of our seniors in the box score boomer realm for the next level. But he did some amazing shit. Like I said, USC up against Arizona. He put up 204 yards and a touchdown on 27 carries. You can't be mad about that. But he was not the ballinest senior of the week. We had Tyler Badie out of Mizzou. And you guys know I get a little upset because Larry Roundtree is my guy. So I don't want to see him leave Mizzou and then this guy just be like, Larry who? So anyway, the senior, 5'8", 194, put up 254 yards and 2 touchdowns against Vanderbilt. So that's pretty impressive. Liked what I saw. Duece Vaughn had a pretty good game. I know he's not a boomer.
Deuce is wild.
But I guess.
He's fun to watch, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
So I'm not going to say any weird acronyms or anything about cats or nothing. So he had 2 touchdowns receiving, though, didn't he? Something like that.
Yeah,
it was a good day. A good
I'm just
day.
gonna agree with you. I don't recall.
Yeah, I can't remember. It was one of those. He had like 67 receiving yards, so I almost put him in the Boomers, but my list got long with guys going over 200. So, well, let's skip straight to the wide receivers. Like I said, it was a little bit weird last week, but we had some strong stuff going on. Let's see. We got Trey Turner out of Virginia Tech. He's a junior, 6'2", 185. He had 7 catches for 187 yards and a touchdown against Georgia Tech. So this is the only game over 102 yards, and is only the second touchdown of the season for him. So I don't think he's sticky. It's not sticky, but he actually led all of college in receiving yards. So gold medal for this week. But he isn't a consistent performer. But that's all right, man. You still got time. You're a junior, right? But in the senior world, Deven Thompkins from Utah State is a little guy, 5'8", 155, and he had 176 yards against Hawaii. This guy's got 923 yards in 8 games, so he's large in the stat department, even though he doesn't tip the scales. So keep an eye on him, I guess. Utah State, not too much to know about them, but they play football, and this dude's pretty good, so get after it. Are you dying, man? You okay? You dying?
Getting there.
So anyway, Andrel Anthony, the Michigan game was a pretty big game. He's a freshman. He's 6'2", 185, and he had 155 yards, 2 touchdowns in the Michigan State game. So that's pretty good. The thing about this freshman is that his first time being active was last week, and he had 1 rush for 6 yards. And then so his whole resume is this game, the 6 catches for 155 and 2 touchdowns as a freshman. So I think he just landed, man. Like, this is a guy I'm going to be keeping a pretty close eye on. We know that Michigan has produced some pretty good prospects, and he's young enough to where if he keeps developing like this, he could be a sleeper, man. These Michigan guys come out, and it's a little quiet. You know, or Nico Collins, Chris Evans, right?
Yep.
So keeping an eye on these guys. So Addison out of Pitt, I think we brought him up in the past. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 175. He had 185 yards against Miami, and we will be talking about his quarterback later on. That was a pretty high-flying game. But the last guy is Nathaniel Dell out of Houston. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 155, little bitty. But he had 9 for 165 and 3 touchdowns against SMU.
Hey, a little tutu.
Yeah, man.
SMU?
SMU. So that's a pretty big game. Dude,
Yeah.
they don't fuck around in Houston, man. The Cougars, little meow meow. They know what they're doing. But what... Let's see. That's Cliff Kingsbury old stomping ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he must have left an impression on that program. In the pass catching game, though, we can't forget to add a tight end. And this week we got a repeat. Cole Turner. Woo!
He's back, dude.
I'll tell you what, man. You never get cold with a Cole Turner around, you know?
I feel like you spoke him into existence.
I know, man. He owes me royalties.
Probably watched the episode. This is like all I needed was someone to believe in me.
You should put his name in the Boxscore Boomers title, and he'll be like, oh!
Dude, that first thumbnail, I think he was in it.
No shit?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. He's already are famous, so you can quit your day job. Drop out of school, man. You're already a champion. Just joking. This guy's a senior, so he's about to get his diploma, I assume. He's 6'6", 240, goes to Nevada, and like I said, he's a tight end. The thing with this guy is he's booming, right? He had 7 catches for 63 yards and 2 touchdowns against UNLV. Kind of a high-flying game. 51 points for the team go up. But for a tight end to have 8 touchdowns in as many games, pretty cool. Pretty cool. He actually had 9 touchdowns last year, so he's not nothing, man. He's actually matching his reception total for 2020 already, and I haven't looked too far and see if the Mountain West had a limited schedule last year or not, but to know that he's back-to-back kind of sticky stats in the red zone, that's pretty impressive. That's the shit you're looking for a tight end. So Cole Turner, man, hit us up. Guest spot on the RDR Boxscore Boomers, man. Maybe tell us about some of your compadres over there. The first quarterback I'm going to talk about is Carson Strong, the Nevada quarterback. So this guy's a junior, 6'4", 215, and he put up 417 yards and 4 touchdowns against UNLV. Had a pick, but thanks to Cole Turner, he's putting up the touchdown stats. But, we got a Tagovailoa coming up. He's doing his shit in Maryland. So it's a little hit or miss for the Terrapins, but those little turtles are getting it done.
Hey, man, you know who's from Maryland? Must Love Diggs.
Oh, yeah? I thought you were going to say Anthony McFarland. But I guess that's a different joke for a different time. But I guess I was saying the Terrapins are little turtles, and this guy is a little guy too, 5'11", 205. So we do worry about a young Tagovailoa, but 419 yards is not a little stat. 2 touchdowns. They're playing Indiana, so that's a pretty serious team. Not like super serious, but it's not like they're playing UNLV or something, Carson. But as promised, I told you I'd talk about the Miami quarterback, and that's Tyler Van Dyke. He's a freshman, 6'4", 224. He had a pretty monster game against Pitt. That was 426 yards with 3 touchdowns and a pick. And it was pretty good. But this Pitt game was insane, man. This is the same stuff that we were talking about in the wide receiver world. So I'm just going to go straight to Kenny Pickett. This is a name that we have heard over and over again. It's the Pitt quarterback. He is a senior, and he's 6'3", 220. He had 519 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 picks against Miami.
Christ.
Yeah, and he's been, I think he's leading the league, or he's top 3, I think, in touchdowns and in yards. So I think I'm going to do a little deep profile on him because I think he's got big potential for the next level. So. But, and like I say, I'm matching up a lot of these guys. They went to their favorite targets this week. We got another Cougar here, Clayton Toon out of Houston. He is a junior, 6'3", 215. Against SMU, as we mentioned earlier, he had 412 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's pretty good. He actually gave SMU their first loss of the year. So Mr. Mordecai, who we've brought up time and time again, a transfer from
OU.
You know it. So Mordecai, who's been booming out, he only had 305 yards for 3 touchdowns, and he did throw a pick in this loss. But we'll brush right past him to get back to the youth, man. Caleb Williams, this is a story that people are probably pretty familiar with. Oklahoma freshman, took Spencer Rattler and said, "Thank you, Captain. Please have a seat." I got it from here. But he's the 6'1", 218, and he threw 6 touchdowns against Texas Tech, 402 yards. And that was like, yeah. And you know what happened is Spencer Rattler finished the game. So, like, who knows how many touchdowns this guy could have thrown. But,
wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good for a freshman in OU in the big time. I mean, the Big 12 is like, I don't know how to compare it. It's like the NFC North or something, It's not like prime time, but pretty still big league.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Damn.
I didn't know where to go with that.
Damn.
I could have said, the AFC South or something. It's probably more fitting.
Yeah. But still, it's okay.
But yeah, that's Boomers to this week. I appreciate you guys dipping your toe in, get a little extra. Join us next week when the tight end for Nevada, Cole Turner, is up here licking the flames with us, and it'll be a good time.
Yeah. Also, my condolences out to Drake London.
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to have like a memorial.
Little vigil for his, it was the knee, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's out for this season. Yeah, him, and then C.J. Verdell.
Yeah, that one hurt. I really like C.J. Verdell, and he was looking good.
Yeah. And then Muhammad Ibrahim, the Minnesota running back.
Oh, yeah.
So
He wasn't even on my radar.
Oh yeah, I was all about him. As you can tell, Golden Gophers repping for Rashad this week. Hopefully
Shout out Dinky Town.
get it going.
All right.
Like I said, thanks for joining us, and we got some big stars on the program next week.